Hey everyone, I am so sorry it's been so long since I had anything put out. It's just that I've been having so many issues happen in the past few weeks, not least of which, my PC that I captured all my footage with and did all my editing with was completely out of commission. It was shutting itself down whenever it felt like it, and was a nightmare to fix. Anyways, with that quick update out of the way, let's start the video. So the new live letter went out, and it came with an awesome trailer and some juicy information about patch 6.3. So let's start with that trailer, because wow, this team, they are something else when it comes to creating trailers that evoke so many different feelings and really hype you up for what you are about to play. The way they are able to combine together different clips and pair them so perfectly with Soken's music, it's incredible. And that point in the trailer when that Celtic-sounding music started to play, that sent chills throughout my whole body. I can't wait to hear that piece in full. It actually reminded me a lot of a soundtrack called Xenogears Creed, which is composed by Yasunori Mitsuda, another great composer that often works with Square Enix. There are some really great tracks on there. I highly recommend it. Anyways, for this video, I just wanted to go over some of the things that caught my attention in this live letter. This is not going to be a comprehensive breakdown by any means, it's just some highlights. So let's start off with the Gold Saucer, which is getting a new jumping event called Sylph Step. Now, I am still holding out hope that one of these days, Blitzball will be the big announcement, but that day wasn't today. So what we have here is a brand new jumping puzzle, where you will parkour across the treetops, use flowers as platforms, and bounce off mushrooms to fling yourself way up into the air. You know, I really like the environment for this one. It's very pretty, and I hate to say it, but by comparison, the other jumping events are pretty bland. So, Crystalline Conflict, a PvP mode in Final Fantasy XIV, is getting a brand new arena. Now, Crystalline Conflict was actually a pretty huge surprise for me, because I never thought I would find myself enjoying PvP in an MMO. I've never liked it in the past. What appeals to me about the PvP here is that it's simple and very easy to understand. There isn't a bunch of buttons that you need to bind, and they also simplified the rotations quite a lot for PvP, but there's also enough depth to it that skill really does matter. Players can get really good at this, and put out some really awesome plays. Anyways, back on the arena, it looks really cool. It's called the Clockwork Castle Town, and it's really giving off those Kugane vibes, which, by the way, is one of my favorite cities in the game, so that immediately drew me to this one. You know, it looks like a fun place to run through, and I can't overstate this enough. I think the aesthetic is gorgeous. The way the lights are hanging, the design of the buildings, it just looks like a place that you want to be. I also love that they made environmental hazards out of the tatami mats. I think that was a really nice touch. The Alliance Raid and Trial are probably the bits of content that I am the most excited to do. You know, outside of doing the MSQ. The dungeon, of course, is also something I always look forward to doing, so lots of stuff here. So the new dungeon is called Lapis Manalis. It's located in a snowy region, so I'm thinking maybe Garlemald? We haven't had a dungeon in the snow in a long time now, so it's really nice to see that we are finally getting another one. Also, I cannot wait to hear what amazing piece of music that Soken has in store for us. So we did see some of the dungeon in the trailer. They showed us a bit of a boss fight on this moving vehicle through the snow. That looked really cool. You know, I have to say, I've really grown to appreciate just how amazing the developers are at designing these dungeons. You are always seeing interesting and fun stuff. They pay so much attention to creating a spectacle with all of their dungeons. And I can't wait to be able to go into first-person mode, to be able to really appreciate everything that they did here. The Alliance raid looks gorgeous. They showed off this beautiful field of golden flowers, and it gave off like, how I felt the very first time entering Elpis. They really nailed that ethereal feel. You are in a place where the gods reside, so of course it would be beautiful. I feel like the Alliance raids are where the developers can really stretch their creative muscles, because I think the encounters are always so interesting. They're the most cinematic encounters in the game, and while they might not be that hard, they are so much fun to do. As for the trial, they didn't show anything for it, which is kind of weird, right? Because I thought that we could safely assume it would be one of the remaining Archfiends. And since they didn't show anything, it has me wondering, are we going to be going up against someone completely unexpected? A new deep dungeon is being released as well, and it's called Eureka Orthos. I think this is a great piece of content to add to the game. It offers yet another way for players to level up their alts, which is always nice. It's also content that you can do completely solo, or with a light party of any composition or size. It's very similar to the recently released Variant Dungeon, but whereas the Variant Dungeon was more of a choose-your-own-adventure style dungeon, the Deep Dungeon is more of a roguelike. So yeah, when you wipe in the Deep Dungeon, you do start over from the beginning, but much like current roguelikes, some progression does get saved. In the Deep Dungeon, you can level your armor and weapons, and if you wipe, those levels do remain. It also provides a really great challenge for players who might want to tackle the entire thing solo. So, something for everyone. So those were the big features that I am hyped about. So for here, I am just going to rapid fire go over some other features that caught my eye. I am really looking forward to continuing with the Relic questline and seeing more of the zany antics of our favorite detective, Hildebrand. I'm excited to finally get to do the Loporrit Daily Quest. This has been something I've been looking forward to since Endwalker came out, so of course it's the last one we get to do. The new ultimate looks amazing. It's called the Omega Protocol, and it looks like we will be seeing the fights from the Omega raids reimagined, and, well, that is really exciting. There's a new UI scheme being released, and yeah, it looks really nice. It has a really sharp look to it. It looks modern. Is that the right word? Regardless, I will be changing that to my default UI the instant that it's out. There's also a new map dungeon called the Shifting Gymnasium Aganon. At least I think that's how it's pronounced. So now when you go about map hunting in Elpis, there's a chance to get a portal to this brand new dungeon where you will be able to have all sorts of random fun. And that's it for this video. Like I said, not fully comprehensive, but these are the things that I think look really cool for 6.3. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all had a great holiday, and until next time, bye!